Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? What is going on this morning? Of course, it is your boy B New coming at you this morning. There's some treacherous conditions out here on the roadway, but I still deemed it necessary. I don't take days off. I'm like LeBron James. I don't take days off because I know there's a job that needs to be done. And yes, I could come to you in the comforts of my own home. Yes, I could do that. But you know, my thoughts, they seem to flow freely when I'm out here riding. So let's go ahead and get it. I need to address a few things. So first and foremost, as we all know, Anthony Davis lost, the Lakers lost Anthony Davis to injury last night. And I got one question. Do all y'all haters, do you even brush your teeth first before you wake up in the morning and start hating? Do you wash your ass before you wake up in the morning and you start hating? Man, the audacity of some of the things that I rose to this morning to see from people in certain groups and just all across the internet just saying how thrilled they was that Anthony Davis was hurt, and hopefully he'll be hurt for the whole season. That way, LeBron James could not win a championship. Boy, that is sick. That is real sick from a lot of y'all. And that's the difference between me and haters is, I'm a LeBron fan, so of course I'm not gonna go for his rivals, but I want to smoke. You think I want KD or Harden or Kyrie to be injured? No. We want to smoke. You understand me? When KD and Clay got hurt in the finals against Toronto, that saddened me because I want to see the real deal. Who gonna win, mano a mano? Who is the better team when they're all fully healthy? No what ifs. No what ifs. Because everybody know, but you can never really say. But what would have happened that KD and Clay would have easily put away Toronto? We don't know 100% sure, but that's what most of us would think. That's what most of us would think. But anyway, let me tell y'all something. Everybody that's out there who is a LeBron James fan, is a Lakers fan, and has some concern or have some worry about AD's injury and potentially how long he could be out for, let me go ahead and let me put that worry to rest for y'all. First of all, before last night, the Lakers have been without Anthony Davis this season for 7 games already, and they were 5-2. So just calm down. The Lakers will be fine. The Lakers will be fine because of LeBron James. Let's go back for a second. Let's just go back for 1 second. I'm going to give y'all a brief history lesson for everybody who forgot something. We can go back just a few years. So let's go back. Cleveland. He had Kyrie. Great championship run. Come back down 3-1. You know the numbers he put up. You know what he did. The next year, no Kyrie, only Kevin Love. We know what Kevin Love hasn't done. We know he's not a superstar. We know LeBron James still drugged that team to the finals against Toronto, #1 seed, swept them, hitting game-winning shots and going on that amazing playoff run by himself. And all he needed was a little bit of help. And let's not forget that very first game of those finals could have been a Cavs victory if it was not for J.R. Smith. But did he drag J.R. Smith? He even welcomed J.R. Smith as a member of his team again after J.R. Smith messing up the way he did. You understand what I'm saying? But people wake up with all this hatred. But see, with Anthony Davis being out, the only thing that is going to do is make LeBron James' MVP case even stronger. Because he's going to carry the team, put him on his back, and be able to do what he does and continue to pull off victories. And I know some of the victories went to overtime and double overtime, and it was against lesser teams. But guess what? This is some of the best NBA basketball we've seen in a very long time. The younger teams, you see what OKC did yesterday? These younger teams are balling. These younger teams are balling. They all capable of shooting threes, spreading you out. They all run. They're going to make you earn every victory. It's not no easy victories in the NBA nowadays. You can't go into any game saying, oh, this is a W. Can't do that. You could do that in Jordan's era. Can't do that now. You could even do that in some of the mid-2000 era. Teams were so washed up. Like right now, you cannot name one team in the league that you're going to say, oh, you're going to go in there and that's going to be an easy W. Look at Detroit. What did Detroit do last night? Detroit played the Pelicans last night. Zion Williams, and they're fighting for an 8th seed in the West. They're fighting for an 8th seed in the West because they that good. With Zion, with Ingram, with Bledsoe. They're that good. But guess what? They lost to Detroit last night. That very same team, Detroit team that beat LA. But then LA came back and got them back. But the point is, there's competition all through the league. And losing Anthony Davis, whether it be for, let's just go worst case scenario, Lakers Nation. Y'all want to go worst case scenario with me? Worst case scenario, Anthony Davis is out for the year. Okay. If Anthony Davis is out for the year, guess what? The Lakers' chances of a championship, I will say, decrease probably about 15%. Because that's how damn good LeBron James is. That I still think he could beat the Clippers. You mean to tell me, just listen. You mean to tell me, before, okay. They can get past the Clippers. The Clippers couldn't even beat Denver last year. Was up 3-1 to them, which I know is a different team, but I'm just saying not what will happen, but what can happen. LeBron and the team that's currently constructed could beat them, just like when he was in Cleveland and he got a little squad and put together and they had a decent little squad. And then even in his first year with the Lakers, that Lonzo Ball and that team was terrible. And they was the 4th seed before LeBron James got injured. And people can say, well, LeBron put on playoff mode. He came back. Man, shut up. The team gave up on him, obviously. So then he shut it down for the year. Because when you playing with some hoes, you understand what I'm saying? Because they sad that their name got mentioned in the trade and they just give up instead of fighting for the playoffs and maybe even fighting for going to a championship, which they could have been capable of doing. Man, y'all laid down. But it's all good. Then LeBron, and they got AD to join them. But the point of the matter is, if you go back and look at last night and you say, well, and then let me address all the dumbasses who say, oh, AD went out last night. So since AD was out last night, LeBron lost. He couldn't carry him. They show you, man, go watch all my videos. I've proven time and time again that is simply not the case. But what you have to understand, see, a lot of y'all just got some real smooth brains and you don't understand that everything goes into a game. These people out here are not robots. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand, these guys spend a lot of time together. Just like you and your job, you're going to spend a lot of time together with coworkers, depending on what kind of job you work, and you're going to grow and develop relationships with them. So not only is Anthony Davis LeBron's teammate, he is also his friend. So not only is he the teammate of others like Dennis Schroeder, KCP, and everybody else, they are friends. They spend time together on the court and they spend time together off the court. So when you see your brother go down, I don't know if any of y'all been in the service or been in any type of situation, even on the streets. If you see one of yours go down, one of your family, then it's going to mentally affect you. You're going to be like, man, now what can I do? Well, what's going on? You worried. Okay, he back there. They all went to halftime and probably saw the swelling of his Achilles, not knowing, is it torn? Is he gone for the season? What's going on? So, of course, your mind is not all the way in the game. And you could clearly see that. And that's no knock against LeBron James or anybody else on the team, but that's just facts of life. Mine was not in the game. And it showed. LeBron had 18 or 19 before half and ended up with 22. And that's no knock against LeBron saying, well, let me hear all the haters say, well, Jordan would have did. Man, listen, man, y'all act like y'all know. The only thing y'all remember Jordan is the championship runs. Were you watching his regular season games? Do you know everything about this man, what he would or wouldn't do? Just please stop it. Just stop it. And I'm not using that as a whole excuse. I mean, the Lakers got outplayed, and once Denver is a damn good team, I said in my video yesterday that they're the top 4 caliber team in the NBA. And if you're a top 4 caliber team and you see and sniff blood in the water, then what the Sharks gonna do? What the Vultures gonna do? You understand what I'm saying? But like what I'm telling y'all, AD going down, yes, this is a sad occasion. But what we must do is, like Mr. Big say on 8 Ball and MJG coming out hard in 92, this is something we must all cherish. We must all cherish this opportunity, because this is an opportunity for the Lakers to go out and prove themselves and add team cohesiveness. This is a chance for the Lakers to go out and show Kyle Kuzma, if you didn't notice, he been stepping up. Hell, he been stepping up a lot lately. He been on those boards. Did you see that dunk last night on that offensive board? How he did that jump? You understand? You better recognize what Kyle Kuzma is capable of doing once given the opportunity. You think LeBron James ain't gonna give him a pep talk out of this world? Next man up, baby. That's how we do it. Next man up. If one go down, the next man step up. And the Lakers are more than capable. They got depth. They just need the opportunity and the cohesiveness to get together and fill it. Wesley Matthews is a top 23-point shooter in the history of the league. He hasn't been given opportunity because he hasn't performed, but given the opportunity and the repetition, then that's something that he will do. Do you understand me? Morris, that might be a different issue. Maybe some reps would help him. I'm not all the way sold on him. Marcus All, he can continue to get better. There's room for improvement on everybody, and that's what everybody got to do. So let's just hope the MRI today goes well for Anthony Davis. Let's just hope that he is only going to be out for a few games. And even if so, if it's not torn, and even if you rest him for 2 months, even if you rest him through All-Star break into early March, as long as he can be healthy come playoff time and the Lakers can be in the playoffs. They don't need to be there's no home court advantage with no fans. So there's no need to be, okay, I'm fighting for number 1 seed, I'm fighting for the number 2 seed, or any of that. Just get into the playoffs, which they more than capable of doing, because they've been 5-2 without Anthony Davis, and LeBron James been putting the team on his back. Montrezl Harrell can play better. Schroeder can play better. Caruso can play better. So now it's time to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and dig in deep and be able to do what you got to do. So if you're a Laker fan this morning, man, and all these haters coming at you on whatever group in Facebook you may be in, or Twitter, or whatever it is you do, or how you socialize out here, or even with some of your friends and, your co-workers jabbing at you, saying, oh, the Lakers through, and they so happy and they celebrating the fact that they think LeBron James won't get another championship, then hey, just let them hate on, baby. Hate on, haters, hate on. But like I say every time, you always say love to those haters. Give them love. Pray for those that do you wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Because you will prosper. You got to keep positive vibes in your life. And speaking of injuries, I see Kevin Durant is injured. It's going to be out for the next couple games for a hamstring injury that's kind of sore. So he's going to be out. And who are they playing? Sacramento? What other West? This is not even a tough West Coast trip that they going on. You understand what I'm saying? Where is Denver? I mean, they will play the Clippers and Lakers. So I noticed that Kevin Durant, he probably pulled that hamstring, but they said 2 or 3 games, but I guarantee he'll be back Thursday night against the Lakers. And they probably licking their chops since Anthony Davis is down. They probably licking their chops knowing that Anthony Davis is not going to be in that game. But you know what? That's going to show you the greatness of a one LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. So to me, there's nothing to fear there. There's nothing to fear there. I think the Lakers still will match up good against Brooklyn. Brooklyn may win the game without Anthony Davis. But you know what? If they do, it's just a regular season game. There's still no need to panic, because the Lakers are going to have to learn how to play without Anthony Davis and figure out what their rotations are going to be. And, of course, we all know the NBA is about matchups. So depending on what team they are playing and who they're matching up against is how they're going to continue the season. But yet, that's another thing that brings up the greatness of one LeBron James. 18 season, barely misses any games due to injury. You know, he had one season in the last season. Other than that, he doesn't get hurt. The man is like a robot. And that's just a testament to how he takes care of his body. And also, you know, good luck too, because sports is very unfortunate. Somebody could fall down and roll over your ankle or anything. But I don't know if y'all remember, but LeBron hurt his ankle like the first or second game of the season. But he just played through it because AD got nicked up not too long after that. And he knew both of them couldn't go down. And he knew that Anthony Davis' injury was more serious. But see, the thing about Kevin Durant is he's always hurt. You can't really depend on him to stay. And that's why I think Kevin Durant, he's going to go down as one of the top 5 or 10 to ever do it. But that's only if he can continue to stay healthy. Because if he misses any more time, serious time like he's had before in the past, then that's going to eliminate him. And that's quite frankly why he's not in the MVP conversation right now. And I do hate because some of that was due to COVID games that he missed. He missed a few games due to that too. So that, I won't say it's all the way out of his control, because he could do better maybe in quarantining or whatever he got to do and following league protocol, because it seems like it's only happening to him and not everybody else. You don't see LeBron James that happening to him, because he know he take this shit serious. This is a job, man. It ain't just how I put food on the table. This is about my legacy. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, Lakers Nation, don't be sad. Just know that the Lakers can still pull this off. The loss last night is not an indication. The loss last night is not an indication of what's going to happen for the rest of the season without Anthony Davis. Please trust me on that. That happened during the course of the game, and that's gonna have an effect on you emotionally, and also the way you prep to play for the game, because it happened during the game. So whether you realize it or not, there are game plans that you execute in the NBA. So just please be aware of that. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep telling y'all right on to the real. And much love to the haters. I'm out.